Good afternoon. I've just finished filming the keypad on the gate, and we're now going to turn our attention to internet in France and what's the best way to get internet. It varies is the answer to that. You've got a few options. Standard ADSL broadband, which is what we've currently got at this house, and you get around 3 megabits download with about just under 1 megabit upload. You then have the ability to have fibre, which is very fast but also quite expensive. Currently 40-ish euros a month, and you're into a contract there. The other option is Starlink, of course, which at the time of filming is 300 euros for the equipment and 40 euros a month again. But that's not on a contract, you're free to leave at any time. Two main disadvantages with Starlink. One is that the price can be changed at any time by Starlink, and there's nothing you can do about that. Also, there are some situations where Starlink is not ideal. It's got a bit higher latency than other methods, and what that means is if you're on a video call, there might be a little bit of a lag between you saying something and it coming through on the other end, because it's got to go into space and come back down again. It's pretty good, but that's one of the problems. Fibre, like I said, is much better in the latency. It's almost instant. And then probably the cheapest way of doing it is use the 4G or 5G mobile network coverage. So you can get a 4G SIM card for very little money. Bouygues has one which is unlimited internet, and also Reglo Mobile do cheap ones. So you've got to make it fit whatever you want. We've decided that we currently have ADSL and at this house, and we're going to go to 4G. The reason we're going to go to 4G is we can take it anywhere we want. It's not permanent. There's no contract, and it's costing us 13 euros a month. That's it. So on top of that, the Wi-Fi distribution around this house is very poor because of the large stone walls. I've already done a video on this. I'll try and link it, but this one hopefully should make it a bit easier to understand what we're going to do. So I'll just take you through some of the things we've got to distribute the 4G internet around the house and the workshop, and what else we've got to work with it. So let me show you. Firstly we've got a 4G router. So we put the SIM card in that, and that provides the internet. From there we then distribute it using these wireless access points. So I've got 3, one for the workshop, and we've got 2 big 60cm stone walls in the house. So that splits the house into 3 parts. So this will cover one half in the middle, this will cover the utility end, and that will cover the kitchen and the bedroom. We're going to use the power line transmission to send the internet access down the mains wiring to the workshop, because I don't really want to run another cable all the way over there. We're also going to use one of these to also connect the 2 access points, and then permanently wired in to the 4G. We've got an outdoor one that I'm going to put here to cover the outdoor seating area. Might mount it probably somewhere down there anyway. So that's it. Once we've got all that up and running, we have in the kitchen Alexa. Sorry if that's just set off all your stuff. And we have cameras. We've actually got there's 2 in there, so we've got 6 cameras and a smart doorbell. So they all should work together. That's just a mounting bracket for the doorbell. Okay, it's been a few days. Just had a weekend off, been to some festivals and fairs and stuff. So we're back to the internet. Before we start installing anything or doing anything, we're going to do a quick speed test and see where we can get internet and where we can't. So first thing we'll do is we'll use this seat here at the table where my mum spends most of her time, and see what speed internet we can get and access to Wi-Fi. So let's have a look. Okay, so we'll do a quick test. Speed that we're getting. Okay. Let's go and stand by the box and see what speed we get right next to the box. Okay, let's just do another test. There we go. Why was it faster closer to the box? So the answer to that is because most people just stick repeaters in. So you plug them in at the edge of your Wi-Fi zone and it extends the Wi-Fi. The problem with repeaters is because you put them at the edge of the Wi-Fi zone where service is the slowest, that's what it repeats. So you can imagine a circle, and as you get further away from the center, the signal to the box gets distorted or interfered with all the way up to the edge where it's the worst, and then it stops working. And what people tend to do is put a repeater at the edge just to extend the maximum range, but all that does is just extend the bad signal further, and then that gets even more degraded. So we're going to avoid all that by putting hardwired or shall we say directly connected access points for the Wi-Fi where we want them. So we'll repeat this test when we do it. So let's see if there's parts in the house where we can't get Wi-Fi at all, and see if we can eliminate that problem as well. So pretty much all the upstairs is covered by the Freebox, and the walls are only made of very thin material, so the whole top floor is fine. Where we have the problems is downstairs with the Wi-Fi, because the walls are made of stone and they're about 60 centimeters thick. So here on the patio, because of the stone walls, we don't get very good Wi-Fi, because you can't see any of the repeaters and you can't see the box, which is upstairs. So here we are in the utility down this end of the house, and we actually have no Wi-Fi whatsoever. So it does mean we can play this game now. Okay, we're in the workshop, so let's check offline. No internet connection. So pretty much the workshop is offline, which is not great because this is where I do a lot of the work. So it'd be nice not to rely on mobile data and it could all be here. Plus, if you can see the gate, we're going to get a camera that overlooks that back gate. So we need Wi-Fi for that. Okay, so what we're going to do now is, I mentioned before, we're going to use 4G to provide the internet. The reason is super cheap. My mum doesn't use a lot, so you can get this. Is going to cost €13 a month for your internet. So with that, you can watch Netflix, Prime, WhatsApp, emails, internet, all that sort of stuff. And I think it's I can't remember, the 210 gigabytes download per month, which she's never going to use, so she might as well keep the money. You can get unlimited ones as well. Bouygues do one. Yeah, that's probably the best and cheapest. Anyway, so we need to work out where we're going to put the router. Where is the best 4G signal? I've got a feeling it's going to be upstairs. Quite where, I'm not sure. So let's have a look round. The easiest way to do that is take the SIM card from whoever you've decided you want to use. And I've got a spare Android phone that I use for filming sometimes and doing my thermal camera and stuff like that. Works quite well. So I'm going to put the SIM card in that, and we're going to go around the house or just wherever really and find the best place for the router. Okay, so I've been around the whole house using my mobile with the new SIM card in for a 4G, and the best signal, you can believe this, is in the shed. Okay, according to my tests, just there above the door is the best place. I've considered temperature, especially in the winter, but I think I'm willing to risk it as it's my own house. I would probably put it inside and take a slightly slower speed if it was for someone else, just for reliability, but for me I'm quite happy with it there. So what we're going to do is, my dad put these in years ago, and it goes into the main house. Go into this junction box. Let's have a look. But there's block connected. Yeah. What we're going to do is connect into here. It looks like they've used that for the light switch. Right. Just the way it is. And we've got a socket there for the pump. If you haven't seen the video on that, by the way, that's a really interesting video on how to use your old septic tank or an underground storage tank as an automatic pump starts pressurizing system for water in the garden. I'll try and link it. You need two sockets, a double socket. This receives the signal, this powers the unit. However, if this is at a remote location somewhere far away and you don't have any power over there whatsoever and you just have one cable going to it, you can plug this into there, plug your power in here, and it sends the power down the same data cable to your access point. So you don't need a main socket anywhere near your access point, which is pretty cool. Okay, I've finished the garage end of this, so I'll show you what we've got. So we've got power. I'll put a new double socket in just for the internet. So we've got the transceiver to connect to the rest of the system, and the power supply. This is what I was talking about earlier, power over Ethernet. So the plug powers this little box, and you also connect in the network here. The cable that comes out in like that carries the power and the data. If you thought it was hot out there, it's going to be 35 outside. It's got to be nearly 40 in here. It's pretty hot. So that itself is quite hot because it's on this side. We'll see how it works in the heat. Anyway, so we've got the access point fitted. This is the best place for it, as we've discovered. So in order to do that, I've added another double socket that we did in the garage. We have a transceiver power for that, and that just connects straight in. Good morning. So we're now going to connect in and configure everything. It's a bit boring, but I'll just show you what I've set up. So the old Freebox is now not used, so that can be boxed up and sent back. I've replaced it with an access point up here, which hopefully should connect to our network over the power line, and then to the one in the shed, and also to the one in the kitchen, which I'll just show you now. Okay, in that corner I've got the access point there. Please ignore this. It's just a socket that's there that just hangs out the ceiling. Don't know the history behind it or anything, so that will be changed to a single socket and made neat like all the other stuff I do, but I don't have a single socket at the moment, so I'll wait till I get one and do that. But this is fine for setting up and testing. So now I need to connect to this access point here. So I'll connect to that, and from that I can then connect to all the other things around. But before I do that, I have to remove all the old repeaters as well. So here's one. Not very good. For example, this one is through this stone wall up to where the Freebox was, which is up there. So the best signal that can repeat is whatever manages to get through the stone wall or the arch. So really it's just repeating the worst signal it can get. So we'll get rid of that. And this is the same. Pretty old. Probably did their job, but yeah. Hopefully you'll see the difference. Okay, I've got two in there. So just press pair. 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 That's it. Then they're all paired up. So now we'll go and connect them all up and see if they can see each other, and then do some troubleshooting, probably. Okay, first one going in. Turn that on. We're in. Second one going in. Whoop. Ooh. Crazy weird third one going in. This is dangerous. Ooh. Okay, last one going in. Got the middle light, excellent. That's it. Okay. Now we've got all three lights now. So I'm going to log into the router and see if we can see all of the devices that we've got attached. Okay, everything seems to be working inside the house and outside. The only problem is the garage. There's some interference on that phase, or some reason why the phases aren't working properly. There's another consumer unit in the bedroom which is fed by this switch here that I put in a long time ago, and I think basically everything's on the same phase except for the garage, which is on another one, and I don't know which one. So I'm going to swap some of the phases round. Luckily, when I redid this, I numbered everything. So let's have a look. So gate outside lights number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 16. Kitchen sockets, corridor, blah blah blah, main bedroom lights. Okay, so the two supplies, you can see the two black cables are the supplies in. Anyway, basically I've switched the phases, so the garage is now on the same phase as the shed. So hopefully that will remove any distortion that we had and allow the last access point to work. So I'll go configure that and we'll test it out. Okay, here we go. So you can see full Wi-Fi in the lounge-ish. Yeah, 1 bar off. Oh, there we go. Full. So let's try and go into the utility. So we need just enough for the radio and stuff in here. So have a look. Let's have a look. That is way better. 10 times the speed. In fact, we didn't get anything in here. So yeah, I'm really pleased with that. 10 times the speed. Okay, let's go check it somewhere else then. Decent as well. Okay, so this was the original location where we were getting 3-ish megabits. Let's do a quick test here. That's really good. One last place to check, and that was the garage where we had, well, no reception whatsoever. Let's go and check that. I think the advice I'll give you is if you're going to do a 3-phase installation, you've either got to buy a device that puts all the phases together, internet-wise, don't connect them together, and also if you're going to do this, then find the best spot for your router way beforehand. So we did that, and unfortunately it was in the shed, but now it's good. Hope you found this interesting. Have a look at my other videos. I do some other practical stuff as well. You can always buy me a coffee if this was helpful. Any questions on this, leave it in the comments. I'll do my best to answer on how you can fit an internet system. Also have a look at my other videos where I've helped some friends out where I fit in the internet just like this. They're between 2 buildings. That's in my old videos. So that's it, and I'll see you on the next one.